Welcome back. In the previous two training series, we have covered important tools for you to use on your campus, the Project AIM and the ICSUS. We hope you found the information useful and beneficial as you continue your work promoting student wellness. While alcohol remains the most widely used drug by students, cannabis use is a rising issue. Currently, possessing or using THC in any form is illegal in Indiana. That seems pretty clear, but it's not as simple as that. In this series, we will be taking a closer look at Delta 8, what it is, its effects, and whether it is legal or not in Indiana. First, let's look at some terms so we better understand the differences. What is THC? Most people are familiar with THC, delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol compound, or what is most commonly referred to as marijuana, weed, or pot. Delta 9 is the main psychoactive compound in cannabis that gives you a euphoric high. What is a cannabinoid? Cannabinoids are the molecules which give the cannabis plant its purported medical and recreational properties. CBD, a so-called phytocannabinoid, is the second most prevalent compound in cannabis. It is derived from the hemp plant, which is a plant with no more than 0.3% THC, or it is manufactured in a lab. CBD has very low or no THC, so it's not used for recreational purposes and comes in many forms. Delta 8, short for delta 8 tetrahydrocannabinoid, is just one of more than 100 chemical compounds found in the cannabis sativa plant and is also in the hemp plant. Almost all of the delta 8 products and CBD products on the market today are manufactured solely from the hemp plant because the Federal Farm Bill Act passed in 2018 makes all hemp derived products legal. Marijuana, or delta 9, still remains illegal at the federal level. Isn't a hemp plant and a marijuana plant the same? You might think so, but no. While they are from the same family and both are cannabis sativa plants, they're not the same because their chemical makeup is different. The cannabis sativa marijuana plant has increased THC levels, which are the chemicals that give you a high sensation. Hemp plants, on the other hand, have minimal THC, but still have the potential for derivatives that can create a high through delta 8 extraction and distillation processes. The physical properties of the hemp and cannabis sativa plants are different too. Hemp plants are usually taller than cannabis plants, growing up to 6 feet. Most cannabis plants are about 4 feet tall. The leaves from a hemp plant also have 7 points like marijuana, but the leaves are thicker and wider, whereas marijuana plants are smaller and bushier. The marijuana plant leaves also feel sticky to the touch because of the resin produced from the flower bud. Hemp plants are almost always grown indoors, but for many reasons, most cannabis plants are grown indoors. What's the difference between delta 8 versus delta 9? Chemically, delta 8 looks a little different than delta 9. Scientifically speaking, it has a double bond placed on its eighth carbon chain. For those of us who aren't scientists, it means that delta 8 is a cousin of delta 9, but still shares a lot of the same DNA. Though this is a small difference in structure, the big difference is in how each affects the body's endocannabinoid system, ECS. What's the endocannabinoid system, or ECS? The ECS in our body has been described as essential and mysterious. This system is believed to regulate and control many of our most critical bodily functions like learning and memory, emotional processing, sleep, temperature control, pain control, inflammatory and immune responses, and eating. Our ECS is comprised of chemical signals and cellular receptors that are packed tightly throughout our brains and bodies. These receptors act like traffic cops to regulate and control the other neurotransmitter activities and will speed things up or slow things down if we get too hot or cold, hungry or sleepy. This natural system is interrupted by outside invaders like alcohol and other drugs, illness, or injury. Can delta 8 get you high? Just like its cousin delta 9, delta 8 is still a psychoactive substance and can get you high. Though it isn't thought to be as powerful as delta 9, only 50 to 80% is potent and the effects don't last as long. It is still a drug that changes the chemical reactions and receptors in your brain and body. Delta 8, sometimes called pot light or pot with training wheels, is often used by first time smokers or people who want to experience the supposed positive effects of Delta 8 but aren't ready to start using marijuana. How is Delta 8 consumed? There are many ways to consume Delta 8. The most common way to consume Delta 8 is through oil concentrate or tinctures. These can be taken sublingually under the tongue or can be added to alcohol or other oils like vegetable oil. Delta 8 does not dissolve or mix up in water. CBD oils do not taste good, so some manufacturers add flavoring. Delta 8 is also added to edible products like gummies, cookies, brownies, and even ice cream. You will even find wine and other alcohol products that are infused with CBD or Delta 8. There are also products like lotions and balms that contain Delta 8. Some manufacturers of vaping products tout the fact that Delta 8 oils can be vaped, but others in the industry warn people to not vape Delta 8 as it can lead to a condition called lipioid pneumonia, which can be fatal. In the next training segment, we will explore the legal status of Delta 8 in the United States and Indiana. Don't forget to click the link in the video description to take the brief but important evaluation. We will see you next time.